You were asking, what does it mean to practice law for me? It affords me the opportunity to, outside of work, to do those things that are important even in work, and that is quality, opportunity.
To really know what their employees need to be fulfilled so they can come in and do their best. Bravo to the employer who understands that.
This is where the wellness starts because we recognize that we're people.
We're trying to change how things are done.
My favorite part of work is actually coming to work to be with the people here.
We're really trying to make it employee-centered.
Yeah, I feel valued here, I do.
But I also, as a great bonus, love the work that I do too.
Everybody's part of the team. There's no one person that's more important.
It's a really, really supportive environment.
So it all fits together really nicely.
So we're really trying to change, how companies treat their employees.
I think it makes you want to be a better employee because you want to stay here, you want to do good work.
It's a different workplace, and it needs to be different.
If you take away those boundaries, it's pretty easy to recruit a great group of people because they want to be here, because they feel supported.
We need to figure out how to make the benefit package the best that anybody's ever heard of.
These are not empty words. This is really like the best place I've ever worked.
It's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to make a difference. It's an opportunity to be different.
So it feels like home, but with the benefit of having teammates.
He wants to reinvent the company and how things are done.
It is literally 180 degrees from the practice of law 15 years ago.
He doesn't want us to be the same stuffy firm, same things everybody else is doing.
They're opening themselves up to change in their well-being.
We went through a very collaborative process. I engaged everybody in discussions collectively and individually.
I feel like here the firm is trying to make us all more well-rounded people, that we're not all work, we like to play too.
As a part of that process, I also engaged Dr. Benita Zahn.
Recruiting and keeping employees has changed, and it's become more difficult.
Everything's changing, right? I mean, we went through a pandemic and we had to figure out what that meant for our industry.
Everybody started looking at life differently. Everybody started recognizing the vulnerability of life.
People begin to think maybe there are other things I can do or want to do.
She interviewed everybody, and we worked together to come up with an approach.
In order to attract the best folks and keep them, employers have to step up their game.
That afforded everybody an opportunity to have the most meaningful work-life balance experience.
The next generation wants things different than they saw their parents.
Everybody's attitudes, expectations of work.
Salary and vacation time might get people in the door, but if that's all you're offering, it's not going to keep people here.
What they want to get out of the job.
This is a generation more involved in experiences.
So I think that younger people especially are looking now for flexibility, and you hear a lot about work-life balance.
So how does an employer provide the opportunity for the employee to make a good living and also live the life they want and have the experiences they want?
I think that there's been a shift, kind of just in employment in general, that people realize there's more to people than working.
To show that we care about everyone as a whole person shows that we're not just like, give us your 50 hours a week and you can go.
So general announcements. We have our staff meetings here. We talk about our files here because there's something more familiar and comfortable.
People are talking about businesses downsizing. We upsized. Why? Because I needed to be different. I needed to have a space where we could create a living room.
It feels more casual. We can kind of put our feet up but also get our work done. And also if I want to change the scenery from my office, I come out here and work.
This is where we blur the line between working from home and working in an office.
So how do we make the presentation of those blurred lines to take away some of the pressure of that transitional period of time of should I be home, should I be here, what should I be doing?
I was fortunate enough to be able to stay home with my kids for a long time when they were younger.
We actually see the value that you contribute to us as a whole, and you want a family, and that's part of your long-term goals. We want to support you to do that.
For me, it's heartbreaking to be at a full-time job and know that either they're home alone or they're with somebody else.
I feel like a lot of that penalization for wanting a family and stuff like that had fallen on women in the past. So that's off the table here.
We understand that people have families and lives outside of here.
When young couples struggle over whether it's the husband or the wife who's got more vacation time left to sacrifice because the child is sick, bring the child in here.
Things happen, they come up, we've got their room set up in there.
I mean, we have the little litigators there, which is
It's a room they can study.
Play on their devices, they can color.
You know, somebody's in grade school, middle school, high school, they can do their work in there.
it was really beneficial and something that I think, especially as a working mother, is really important.
Taking a day off as opposed to working and having the baby here on the premises.
And in the times where I knew that I was going to have to come in quick before taking him to a doctor's appointment, having a place for him to be safe.
It makes a lot more sense to do that.
So that I could not miss out on those work hours, still get done what I needed to do, and still be able to be a mom and scooch out and take him to his appointment.
What I don't want is I don't want somebody who works with us out of vacation time, out of personal time, and saying I can't go to my kids' ball game. I can't go to my kids' play. Of course you can go.
We don't want people stressing out over, oh no, my childcare backed out for the day, what am I gonna do? And there's also the option to work at home too.
Being able to trust my colleagues to support me and knowing that we have the wellness package here has been really helpful.
So we have all sorts of benefits that I think really differentiate us from other firms.
Benefits that everybody has, and then there's this package.
We have something called a basket of benefits.
So we say, hey, this is extra money that you can pick from this basket of things and choose, what works for you.
Well, I have used my basket of benefits. I did have to get a new car and also reimbursement for my bar exam prep.
So we really tried to put something in there for everybody from, your dog needs to go to the vet, we'll reimburse you. Take a vacation, we'll reimburse you for some of that.
A lot of other employers do not offer that.
We want everyone to know that we care about them.
I've never worked in a place that has these types of benefits.
We care about their well-being. We offered therapy sessions for people if they're having a problem or they're struggling.
And flexibility to be with and support your loved ones. And that's so important now more than ever. And that's provided here.
This is an environment that everybody's empowered to make a better place, and everybody makes it a better place every single day. It's amazing.
So a lot of the people I've met here I've become close friends with.
We're very lucky that even after spending 8 to 12 hours together,
And then to also say, but I actually want to see you again outside of work.
I think that's unusual in other jobs that I've worked outside of the legal profession. When I'm done seeing you during the day, I don't want to see you anymore.
I like being here, and I'm here a lot, and it helps to like the people I'm with 60 hours a week.
We do firm events together all the time. So we went to the track last week. We're going glass blowing.
Keep that turning.
That was a lot of fun.
And don't forget to smile.
Something I'd never done before, and it was like, wow, I'm mildly creative with physical objects.
Which was really cool to see people outside of work and kind of, their personalities that you might not get necessarily inside the workplace come out.
So we're trying to do things that are different.
We all hang out together outside of work voluntarily. We want to.
And it's somewhat a dream for a future, right?
I get to work with young people, and I get to hopefully give them an opportunity to succeed in the way that I was afforded an opportunity.
This is his legacy.
As I tail off in the sunset, I feel like I can look back and say, I left this place a better place.
So if people who work here now say, yeah, this is what I always envisioned.
You have to lay this foundation, plant those seeds to grow into what you want long term.
This is where I always hoped I could do my best work.
And we also want to honor that by doing our best work to honor his legacy of everything he's built in his career.
This is the employer I'd always hoped I would have because he listens and is willing to make change.
And hopefully they can take this place and make it, mold it into a place that's even more rewarding for them.
What a fabulous legacy that is.
We have planted this seed for the future, and who knows where it'll be by the time I'm, no longer a spring chicken or a young kid, but I want to make sure that I helped those plants grow, help this dream grow into something that, maybe people later down can reap those benefits.
That's what I view the best aspect of practicing law is. You make a difference.